This is a poster of the cycle of books, which illustrates the power that books can have on one's life and the influence that an early sponsor can have on one's literary development throughout life. We start at the top of the poster and can see a mother reading to a child. Here the mother is acting as a literary sponsor as she is teaching the child to recognize and hear repeated words. As Deborah Brandt mentions in her article, sponsors are the delivery system for the economies of literature. Without the sponsor in this illustration, the child would not be able to move on to the next step of literary development. Sponsors make it possible for a person to become literate and shape the way the person actually acquires literacy. The next picture shows a child reading by herself. Once a child becomes familiar with words and grasps the essentials to reading, he or she can begin to read on her own and further explore and become accustomed to new words and language, all thanks to the previous sponsor and the power of books. Moving on, the child begins school, in which children take even more English classes to study and improve their literacy further. The more books one is presented with, the more knowledgeable one becomes, which also shows the strengths of literacy. As a result of school and a solid education of learning, a child would receive good grades that enable them to graduate and eventually move on to college, where they will once more be able to study college-level literacy, and here they develop the skills needed to be literate in the real world. For instance, they would use their writing skills to compose a solid resume. How could one receive a job if they could not articulate in writing their strengths as a person? The steps so far in the cycle of books have led the child to be able to graduate and create a professional resume to help reach the next step of the cycle. With a proper resume, they are hired for a job where they can take their literacy and succeed at any job they acquire. Workers who are literate have a huge advantage in the workforce and can use their past learnings to continue to impress and succeed. With a job, one can provide for a family, and with a family, one can start all over with the cycle of books and read their own child a book to restart the cycle again and repeat it over and over. The cycle of books displays how influential books are to not only children at a young age, but to anyone of any age as he or she grows up. A person becomes stronger in literacy at each step of the cycle as he or she is presented with more advanced literary material to be used to move to the next cycle. The power that a book holds is amazing, and as Malcolm X put it, the ability to read awoke inside me some long dormant craving to be mentally alive. Malcolm X may not have started from the beginning of the cycle, but he was still able to experience a whole new feeling of being mentally alive just by opening up his life to books, and everyone has a chance to experience the exact same feeling because literacies shape the worlds available to people and the experiences they acquire. So pick up a book and see where life might just take you.